Hello and welcome to CGTN. The Tibetan New Year, Losar, is just 2 days away. So our CGTN crew has traveled to Lhasa, which is the capital city of Tibet Autonomous Region located in southwest China, to see how local people are preparing for the New Year. So we're now located in a restaurant at the heart of Lhasa. With me today is Jigme. So he's the owner of this restaurant. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your restaurant?
Hello and good day. My name is Tibetan Jigme, and you can call me Jigme. And this restaurant is called Poba Tsang. Poba means Tibetan people. Tsang means the big family. Our big Tibetan family welcome you all to come to Tibet.
So Jigme is a Lhasa local.
Yes.
Born and raised in Lhasa.
Right.
And he owns this restaurant, but he also cooks himself. So Jigme, I don't think there's a better way to experience a culture than through its great food. So
yeah,
that's where we're getting started today, right? Tell us a little bit about what we're drinking today and also what we're eating today.
This tea is called Changarmo in Tibetan. Ngarmo means sweet. It's sweet tea. And also it's called milk tea. It's made from sugar, milk, and black tea. People say it's come from Nepal and India, but it's quite popular here.
But one of the cultural icons of...
We normally drink sweet tea in the morning.
Right.
And it's like, you know, breakfast tea. And older generation people, they normally like to drink butter tea.
Right, that's what I was going to ask you. Butter tea is actually supposed to be very healthy for you, especially when you're on the plateau, right?
Right, it's full of energy, right?
Right.
Because, you know, we need lots of energy in the high altitude. And the butter of yak milk butter is quite good.
Right.
You can taste it.
Keeps you warm and also
healthy.
keeps your lips from chapping.
Yeah, it's quite dry here. So
right.
It's quite
and just letting our audience know, we're now located about 2,800, 2,900 above the sea level.
26, I guess.
26 in Lhasa. Right, so Lhasa is actually the spiritual, political, and economic heart.
Oh, not 26.
Not 20. I think it's something like 28.
30.
No,
1,600.
It's lower than 30,000.
30,000.
But something like that.
Right.
Very high. Actually, very high. It's very easy for you to get altitude sickness if this is your first time here.
Right.
But I'm feeling fine, and my crew are feeling fine, I hope. Thank you. This is my colleague Jiang Zhenfeng, who's also joining us for a late lunch.
Right.
And also my two cameramen, Zhang Kai and Li Yang, and also our other colleague Li Shuai. They're behind the camera. So they're the real heroes of this show, because they're going to be far away from their homes too, doing this live stream behind the camera. In the next couple of days, we have a lot of great shows lined up to bring you a little bite of real Tibetan culture.
Right.
So stay tuned on CGTN. But first of all, tell us a little bit about what this is, because this is really a typical food for not just the Tibetan New Year, Losar, but also a lot of other special occasions, right?
Right. First of all, I would like to tell you the stuff here is, how do you say, brown? It's called, in Tibetan, it's called choma. Choma.
In English, it's called...
I don't know. In the dictionary, it said it's like a silver weed.
Silver weed. So it doesn't really tell us anything, the English name. Right. So in Tibetan, it's called choma, English silver weed. But basically, you just can't wait to get started, right? So it's basically the roots of a special kind of grass, right?
And the name of this thing is, you know, in Tibetan we say it's choma.
Choma.
Choma means the good luck of your mouth.
Good luck of your mouth. I like that.
And not only for the New Year, we also eat this food for many celebrations, like wedding, first day of learning to write Tibetan, and for monks, the first day of your learning Buddhism test. We also use this food to celebrate it.
Right. So a food for every special occasion.
Yeah,
Very
you can say that.
Very typical Tibetan.
Right.
Right. So if you want to have more, go ahead. But
Yeah.
we do
I can't
have
wait.
more activities lined up for you because this restaurant is actually located next to one of the busiest markets in Lhasa, and we're gonna take you on a window shopping tour right after we finish this, actually, or we don't really have
Maybe
to.
we save it for later.
Yeah, we can save it for later. But we're gonna go window shopping, and there are a lot of Tibetan trinkets, Tibetan garments in that market, which all exhibit typical Tibetan culture. So a very fun journey, and the market is at its busiest time of the year because local Tibetan people are doing their last minute shopping to get ready for the Tibetan New Year Losar.
Absolutely.
So if you guys don't mind, we'll save this for later, and we're gonna go downstairs to check out the market
We'll save them for the heroes here.
for the heroes here.
Should we go?
Yes, if you're ready. So we're gonna go. We're right now on the second floor. We're gonna go one floor down, one flight down. We hope the signal doesn't get disrupted, but if it does, just please bear with us. But as we go out of the exit, first of all, Jimmy,
you
I
wanna
just
check out
want
this
you to
one.
check out. Want you to explain what these are to our audience.
This too is called a dergah.
Dega.
Yes, it's special thing for the New Year. It's made of barley flowers.
Butter flowers.
Yes, and deep fried, and is I don't know how to say that. Is for the Buddha.
For sacrifice, for
Yes.
sacrificial
Yeah.
religious
I
offerings.
heard before in ancient time, people usually kill animals.
Right.
That's what you said, right? And now we make this kind of things to celebrate, so that you don't have to kill animals.
Is it because Tibetan people,
Yeah,
Buddhism practitioners see killing as a sin?
You're right.
So over time, these became symbols of animal bones and organs. That's what I heard. Because the other day, I actually ran into a little shop. Really, just ran into this little little shop in the back street, which made these things called dega. And they told me that these are supposed to be bones of the animals.
Right. I think this is the bone, right?
Yeah, this is supposed. Yeah, but what are these then?
I don't know.
I just thought these are bigger bones and these are smaller bones.
I heard this one. Oh, this one looks like a ear of a sheep, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
But what I heard is that this is supposed to be the heart and head of an animal. So
Right.
I don't know which version
I'm
is
not sure,
correct.
too.
This is a very ancient tradition, right?
All right.
So different explanations right now. And I heard that these are supposed, at least the owner of that shop, which made Dega, told me that these are supposed to be the intestines of the animal. So Liang, can we have a close-up of these? These twisted bun is supposed to represent the intestines of the animal. It does kind of look like it, right?
You did your homework.
I have to.
Right.
I get paid for that.
Check this out. This head of a sheep. Sheep is called luk in Tibetan. And also, it sounds like the word year in Tibetan.
Okay.
Lo.
Yes.
Go is mean the beginning. So we have this one for celebrating the beginning of a new year.
Right. So
So
basically,
it's-
because it sounds like it,
Yeah.
so it
Mongo.
becomes the symbol of good fortune for the new
Right.
year to come. Right.
And check this out. This one called Chosuchema.
Chosuchema.
Yeah, we put it here now, but on the first day of a new year, we have to carry it to go around your family relative's house. And we take this one and we say, Losar Dresi.
Losar Dresi.
Losar means New Year, Dresi, all the good things.
Right.
And the other people take one and do 3 times, like one for heaven, one for the earth, one for your family. And this one, you have this, do 3 times, and last you eat it.
What is it, barley?
Yes, it's barley.
And these are, again, we're seeing these chumas.
Yeah.
You can't really get these anywhere else. This
Yeah,
only
I
grows
guess so.
in Tibet. And you were just telling me you can't really sell it online because it's cheap. You don't make money from it.
Right.
So I guess the only way that you can taste it is to come to Tibetan region yourself and
Yeah, come to Pupasa.
come to
You'll
Popasa.
get it for free.
Right. I think it does taste a little bit like red beans. I don't know if you agree with me. Some people say it tastes like other
Yeah,
things.
I've heard it.
But
People
for
say
me, it
that.
tastes like red beans. Okay, we're going out of these stores. We're going downstairs. Hopefully the signal doesn't get disrupted. And for those of you who just tuned into our live streaming, you're watching CGTN. You can watch us on YouTube, Facebook, the Chinese Weibo, or our CGTN mobile app. And we're now located in Lhasa, which is the capital city of Tibetan Autonomous Region located in southwest China. And we're here because it's only 2 days away from the Tibetan New Year, Losar, and people are doing their last-minute preparations to celebrate the Tibetan New Year. And with me is Jitney, the owner of a restaurant called Kahpse, and he's a Tibetan local born and raised here, and he's going to walk us through some of the cultural hallmarks of the Tibetan New Year. Right now, we've just walked out of his restaurant, and we're on our way to one of the busiest local markets which sell trinkets, clothes, and all other stuff.
The market
which
is
can
very
tell us
crowded.
it's going to be very crowded because it's only 2 days away from the New Year. And you're gonna see, we're gonna get there in 2 minutes. It's crowded, but it's also fun because we just went there, and the stuff that they're selling there, they really speak a lot about the Tibetan culture, don't they?
Right. And in that market, you can almost buy everything about Tibet. If you can't buy it there, then
Then you
nowhere
can get
else.
it anywhere.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a very interesting market, and if you want to get a little taste of Tibetan culture, we've just had some food, and we're gonna do some window shopping. So if we just turn the camera, we're already here.
Right.
Right. So first of all, Liang,
You're beginning
first of all,
to
I wanna
see
check out
all
this.
the people here.
because this is going to be very useful tomorrow, right? Tell us
Tomorrow night.
about tomorrow. Tonight?
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow night.
Yeah. And this is made of, how do you say that? The
你好，这是这位。
it's the stick of barley. How do you say that? Maida.
The stem of barley.
Yes.
Yeah.
And tomorrow night we have you light it up and you take it on one hand,
Light it on fire.
right? And on the other hand you take a stick and you knock it on the ground and you yell out, "Come out and get out!"
Right.
It's symbol of saying all the bad spiritual get out of
Right.
my house, and we're going to have started very fun New Year.
Right. So tomorrow on the Tibetan calendar, it's the 29th of the
Right.
12th month on the
Yes.
Tibetan calendar, and that day is supposed to be called. It's called Gutu.
Right,
Am I right?
Gutu, yeah.
I'm probably going to make a lot of mistakes today and stumble upon a lot of words because I only got to learn about these things after I came to Lhasa to do these live streams and also live reports on TV. Because even for Chinese people
Right.
outside of Lhasa, non-Tibetan people, I think Tibetan culture is a very mysterious and very unique culture. I'm not
Right.
sure if you agree with me when I say that.
I do.
Very different from all the other cultures in China, in the world. A lot of things that we've never seen, never heard about. So
Yes.
tomorrow it's Gutu,
Right.
the 29th on the 12th month of the Tibetan calendar, and that's a day when local people kind of light these on fire to expel the evil spirits
Right,
at
that's
the end
right.
of the year and to just ring in the new year with good fortune. Right.
Exactly.
Again, we're seeing these sheep heads. Thank you. Just so you know.
Normally every family has one sheep head.
Sheep heads.
So now we have this kind of glass sheep head, so you don't have to kill lots of sheep.
Right.
Right.
So it's also that principle of not killing that we talked about just a little bit earlier. I've seen a lot of people carrying these too these days on the streets.
This is called Losar flower.
Losar flowers.
Actually,
New Year
it's
flowers.
New Year flower,
Right.
yeah. It's not a flower, but we say it is a flower. Because you can't find a flower in winter in Tibet. And it's originally it's not this color. It's, it's like yellow.
But people dye it.
Yes, and this one. We have to put these two on the chema. You have seen it, right?
Right, the chima, the little container, the
Yes.
colorful one that we just saw.
Right.
And these are barley, of course, which is a...
Yeah, it's the symbol of New Year's barley. It will grow into barley,
Right.
But it's
Baby
like
barley.
newborn baby barley.
Newborn baby barley.
Yes.
What does it mean? Why does every family need to have this?
Because all Tibetan eat barley flowers, right?
Right.
So we have this. It means in the new year we have lots of barley to eat.
A symbol of good harvest.
Yes.
Right. You just said that barley is a very important plant for
Right.
Tibetan people because Tsampa, which is a
Made from
staple in Tibetan food,
Right.
is made from barley.
Yes, it's made.
And there are also different kinds of Tsampa nowadays, of course. You can make it almost any way. You can
Yeah, it's quite healthy though.
tell us what Tsampa is because that's one of the most important, most popular food in Tibetan culture, right?
Zamba is barley seeds, right?
Right.
You dry fry it and then you make it into barley flowers. Then you got zamba.
Right. For Tibetan nomads, they typically bring Tsampa when they go out to herd animals, right? Because they're easy to keep and they're
Right.
very filling.
Barley is like bread for European and
And rice,
fish for Japanese and
rice, and probably noodles or buns for Han people.
Right,
And
that's
Han
right.
is, of course, the ethnic majority in China. Jigme, we're seeing a lot of spring couplets here. Are they? Do Tibetan people traditionally?
it's like a new culture in Lhasa. It's normally
It comes from the Han culture.
right.
So for me, I'm from the Han ethnicity.
You put it on the
And,
doors on the Spring Festival,
Right,
right?
right, right. And it comes in couples.
In ancient
That's why
time, we
they're
don't have
called
this one,
couplets.
but now it's quite popular in Lhasa.
Right.
Almost every family has one. Right.
So, an influence from in imports from the Han culture, maybe, but the texts are written in Tibetan local.
Right. It's the
text.
same. Like in Han, we say write the wishes for coming New Year on the door, right? It's
So,
the same
for
thing.
example, what does this say?
It's for good harvest,
Good harvest.
good health.
Good harvest, good health.
Yes, and like good luck maybe.
Just all the auspicious things written here, and you paste it on the door, right?
Right.
Right. So okay, we're already inside the market. I think the crowd has already died down a little bit
Yeah,
from
it's
since we
getting
last
late, so.
came. Yeah, it's getting kind of late.
In Lhasa, temperature is so different. When the light,
When the sun is up, it's
yeah,
really warm.
it's quite warm.
Right. But when the sun
At
goes down,
night
it
it's
gets
quite
really,
cold.
really
So people
cold.
go home to, prepare for gudu and
Right.
stuff.
We're seeing the Losar flowers again. So Jigme, what do Tibetan people usually do to celebrate the Losar?
It's like all the other, place in the world. Family get together,
Right.
have a big meal, and have fun, catch up a little,
Right.
things like that.
And we just talked about
We also play
rituals.
mahjong,
You do play mahjong?
Yeah.
When I went to your restaurant just now, you were playing poker
Right.
on your cell phone.
I'm playing mahjong.
You were playing mahjong?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's Chuan mahjong.
Okay. But that's also an import from the Han culture, right? It's not traditionally Tibetan pastime, right?
That's right.
So just turn the camera around a little bit and show us the crowd. It is really crowded here. And like Jigme just told all of you, you can basically get anything Tibetan here.
Right.
A very interesting market.
And almost all the stuff Tibetan people need for the New Year,
Right.
which they come from mainland China and all other places.
So not just Tibet anymore.
Right. Because Lhasa is kind of an international city now, right?
So if
And I heard more tourists are coming this year
right.
to my restaurant.
Jigme, can we come back? If we can just get our cameraman to come back because we are separated by the crowd. I really love these things.
Right.
But I don't know what they're for. The other day I wanted to buy some for wine drinking, and I was told that I can't do that.
No, absolutely not.
Right. So what are they for?
We normally put water. Every family normally buy 7 of these bowls, but it's
Okay.
not for food. It's for Buddha. We keep it in front of Buddha statue. There are 7 of them, and put water in it.
Just regular water.
Regular water, and it's for the Buddha.
Right. What is a symbol of purity and cleansing, maybe?
It's like I don't know how to say that. It's not sacrificing. It's like serve.
Okay.
Serve the Buddha.
So what happens if you drink wine with it? Is it disrespectful to Buddha, to the religion, to the culture?
Right.
Right. And what are these for? These just look at the elaborate carving on this
Yeah, this is
container.
where you keep
Can
the
we get a
Tsampa.
close-up of
I think that's made
来个特写，
in
看看。
Nepal.
Oh, it's Nepalese. It's not
Yes.
Tibetan.
Tibetan use many Nepalese things,
Right.
right? Because it's close.
But you use it to keep food, like Tsampa.
Keep Tsampa there.
It looks so beautiful. Is it wood?
I don't think so. It's metal, I think.
Yes, it's copper, I think.
Yes.
Copper. Just look at how beautiful these plates are. These also look Nepalese, right?
Right. It's for the how do you say that? Dry fruit,
Dry fruits.
right?
And here we're seeing the deka again.
Yes.
Every family is supposed to have this during the New Year, right?
Right. Family, temple, school, restaurant.
And just look at these. I love these colors.
Right. It's so colorful, right?
I did my
Tibetan
homework on
people
these too.
like different colors. You can tell it from the
From their-
horse flags, from our the temples, buildings.
From your garments,
Right.
the clothes that you wear.
Right.
And these are, I did my homework on this one as well.
Right.
It's called Kahpse, right?
Kahpse, that's
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's supposed to be Tibetan biscuits, Tibetan
Biscuits,
pastry.
that's right.
Tell us, how do you make them?
It's made of barley flour. No,
Butter.
not barley flour. What's that? 面粉.
面粉, 就是 regular flour,
Regular,
right?
yeah. And you deep fried it.
Deep fry it. And
Normally,
then,
different colors come from different fruits and vegetables.
okay,
Right,
so
it's
these
more
are
healthy, right?
fruit and plant pigmentation, not. Okay, so it's the color doesn't affect your health. It's supposed to be good for your health, right? I was told, I don't know if this is right, that you can only get this during the New Year,
Right.
not any
Not
other
every
time.
day. Yeah, because now
Maybe-
we have different kinds of biscuits, right?
Right.
we
You don't need
and my
them.
mother don't like to buy it. She will call me and my sisters to home and make by ourselves.
Right.
My mother think it's also a tradition to gathering families together and you know.
Of course,
make
that's
food.
some similarity here between the Tibetan culture and the Han culture and probably any other culture in this world.
Right.
It's like Christmas in the Western countries,
Yeah,
right?
it's all about family gathering.
All
Right?
about family getting together. And these come in sweet flavors or slightly salty ones?
Most of them are sweet.
Okay.
Right.
And of course, as you can see, they come in all kinds of different shapes.
Yeah.
Like these ones are a braid, a twist. And
I don't know about the others, but I know too. These kind of, we call it flour, medok.
flower? These?
Yeah, call it. It's like a flower.
Okay.
And this one is the horn of a sheep.
Ah, sheep horn.
Not sheep, but maybe goat. Goats. The other kind of sheep.
Oh, okay.
It's not curled.
Goats.
It's straight, right?
Straight horns. Do different shapes carry different meanings?
Yeah, I know this too. I don't know about the others.
Right. Okay. And I heard they also make very large ones in the shape of donkey ears.
Yeah, I've heard. It's on the derga. I don't know which one is it.
Right. To offer, to make offerings to the Buddha, right?
Yeah.
At least that's what I read. I'm not sure if it's because there are a lot of myths on the internet. Once I want to check with you to see if I read correctly. That's what I know.
Don't worry, I don't know much about that. Because I always just keep busy making money. So
Keep busy.
I'm sorry, I can't teach you no more.
Well, who isn't? These bowls are for drinking sweet tea, right?
No, it's for butter tea.
For butter tea.
Because butter tea.
What, you have to use different kind of containers for different kinds of tea?
Yeah, yes, because butter tea, if it gets cold, it's not good to drink. Because it will become hard, the butter. So the wooden bowl is better to keep warm, right?
Oh, okay. But if I want to buy one for wine drinking, that would be okay, right?
It's okay, it's up to you. It's for people.
Right.
People do stupid things.
People do stupid. Are you calling me stupid?
No, stupid is a spiters.
Chemas in different sizes. Are they usually colorful? Oh, we're seeing plain ones like that one.
Normally, I don't suggest people to buy big ones because you have to carry it for a long distance if your relatives lives far.
Right. But if you're very rich, that also means.
But you will get tired. You have to carry it all the way.
So Jigme was just saying that Tibetan people like colorful things. So really right here you're seeing all kinds of, be it food, decoration, you're seeing all kinds of wonderful colors and wonderful shapes and sizes of all trinkets, clothes, dreams, containers, decorations, everything. It's really pleasant to be walking in this market. So just tell us a little bit about the Tibetan New Year Losar. Because I heard it originated from the Bon religion, which predates Tibetan Buddhism. But you said that's not what you heard. So what do you usually tell people what Losar is? It's also got something to do with the stars of the moon, right?
Yes, we're talking about the calendars, right? Wow.
It's really hard for us to even walk right now.
Tibetan traditional calendar, there are three sayings. Some people say the Tibetan calendar come from mainland China, from the Tang Dynasty, right? From Wencheng princess.
Wencheng princess.
Some people say it's from Nepal. Some people say it's local.
And
I'm not sure.
Just want to interrupt. Princess Wencheng is, of course, the second wife of King Songtsen Gampo of Tibet during the 7th century, right?
I think so.
Right. Okay, we're gonna walk down this alleyway to see what's happening here. Sorry, I interrupted.
Do you want to go upstairs?
I want to see some traditional garments. Where can we go to see that? Traditional clothes. But before that,
we don't have much traditional clothes here.
I saw some just now, but before that, why don't you just tell us a little bit about these? Because these are also a hallmark of the Tibetan New Year, right?
We hang it on the windows.
Right.
It's
Outside the windows.
Outside the windows.
Right.
And doors. We call it shambu.
Right.
It's also for good fortune.
And they're usually in white because it's a symbol of purity.
Yeah, it's like the cloud.
So you
passing by.
So every Losar, every New Year, you have to change one to start the year anew.
That's right.
Okay. So Jigme is suggesting that we go upstairs to check out what's up there. So let's do that. Yeah, sorry, I changed topic a little bit just now, but you were just explaining to our audience what Losar is and how is it calculated on the Tibetan calendar.
In a minute.
Because it's really, really crowded. So we're going upstairs. In the meantime, I just want to remind you we are in Lhasa. We are here to celebrate the Tibetan New Year Losar, which is just 2 days away. And I have my phone with me, and I have a local Tibetan here with me, Jigme, who was born and raised in Lhasa, and he knows one thing or two about the local culture. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave us a comment on Facebook, YouTube, the Chinese Weibo, or our CGTN mobile app, and Jigme is going to try his best to answer every question you have. So, okay, we're up on the second floor. Have you ever come up here? Why did you want to bring us to the second floor?
Because you can see all the people down there.
Ah, so right here we can get a bird's eye view. 我们看一下楼下 of how packed this market is. So for those of you who just tuned in, it's only 2 days away from the Tibetan New Year Losar. So that's why a lot of people are coming here to buy the things that they need for the new year.
On the second floor is normally closed, but not traditional
Not
ones.
traditional ones. I do want to see some traditional ones though. I think I saw some on the
traditional
way.
clothes are quite expensive,
Right.
and Tibetan people normally don't wear that in daily life.
Right.
So we keep it for the new year.
Right.
The day, 3 days later, you can see on the street all Tibetan people are wearing Tibetan clothes.
New ones, because in the Han culture, every spring festival, which is the Chinese New Year, we get new clothes, especially when we were little and we didn't have so much money. New Year is really a special occasion for kids because you get new clothes. Is it the same here?
Yeah, but for the first 3 days, we have to wear, the traditional clothes. Then you change it into, it's more convenient, right?
Right.
You change it into, nowadays clothes, not modern clothes.
Right.
And they could be new.
Right.
They could be new.
Okay. So
Old
kind of.
ones,
Right. And these are prayer flags here, I suppose? Or are they?
No,
These are still window drapes.
These are prayer flags.
These are prayer flags. Explain to us what.
We have to check out the calendar. In the morning, or they will tell you a right day. Then you bring your families, go to the mountain top, and you hang it on the mountain just for the coming New Year's luck.
Right. So what's up? How does this prayer flag work? Because I heard every time the wind blows on it,
It's like
it's a symbol of
Tibetan way of praying for peace, for luck, and it's written by Buddhism text on it,
Right,
and we
right.
believe that the nature knows everything. So when the wind blows, it will bring all the the text, the words to the world, to the nation.
Wow, I love how
To the
you
universe.
said. I love how you said that the nature knows everything.
Yeah, that's
Because Tibetan culture is traditionally a nomadic culture, and everything you eat, everything you drink, come from the nature, right?
right. And we have to go to the nature
Right. So that's
after
why.
we die.
Right. Sky burial, for
Right.
example. So yeah. Jigme, I think that idea of getting a bird's eye view of the first floor is a great idea. But I do think the second floor is kind of boring because you get Han clothes here. You get just ordinary clothes here. Nothing interesting. So if you don't mind, can we just
Do you want to go downstairs?
Yeah, I want to go
Sure.
back downstairs. I do want to check out some Tibetan garments because I don't know what they're all about, and I want you to explain to me and also to our audience
What about let the
about your
cameraman go first?
traditional. Okay.
They can wait for us down there.
They do. They're gonna. So okay, as promised, I have my phone with me. So if you
Any people
have,
asking any questions?
I think if there are, my colleagues in Beijing are going to text me the questions, and we're gonna try to answer them.
Right. I'm married anyway.
You, what?
I'm married.
Nobody's asking, Jerry.
I guess so. And the point is, my wife is like the Princess Wen Chen. She's Han.
She's Han. Yes, you
Right.
told me about her. Why did she? Is she used to living on a plateau, on such a high altitude?
She's quite
She must
good
be
with
because
that.
she's married.
Yeah, she got my love. Protect her.
How does it work between you
Check
two?
this out. Is the, how do you say?
Oh, sorry.
Butter lamp?
Right.
Right. We normally use the butter.
Right.
Right. But now we use electricity.
Okay.
Because it's the same. We are paying for electricity.
Right. Right. So the owner just told us that we're not allowed to film this. Is there any special reason?
No, he doesn't like it.
Oh, okay. He doesn't like
matter.
it. So okay.
It doesn't matter.
Sorry. 对不起，对不起。Can we go down this one?
Right. Sure. Come.
I'm a little lost right now. I don't know where to go. But Jimmy, you were just telling us about you and your wife. How's it working out between the two of you? Are there any cultural differences that you want to share with us?
There are some differences, but
Like
we're
what?
working out well.
Okay.
Fine, it's fine.
Like what kinds of differences?
I like to eat meat. She likes vegetables.
Okay.
Right.
Well, that's a small
things,
thing.
right? So it's almost. Do you want to go down there?
Are these for incense burning?
I think so.
They're quite heavy, actually. Sorry, I love these things so much that I can't move on.
These are for doors.
Okay, these are for doors.
Big doors. It's like
Very colorful. Shigmi, I want to share a quote with you that I
Share
really
what?
a quote, a sentence with you, which
Okay.
I really like. I was just talking to you about this just now before we went live. There's a sentence which I really like, written by Calvino. He said, "A city does not tell its past, but contains it like the lines of a hand." So you just told me that for you and for many Tibetan people, Lhasa is the spiritual, cultural, economic heart of all Tibetan culture, Tibetan regions.
right.
You grew up here. What place does it hold in your heart?
You know, for me, it's almost a family, a home, right? But I live here and I grow up here, so I really can't pay much attention. You know, you live by the sea. The sea is not a big deal for you sometimes, so you feel like that, right?
Right.
But when I go out of Lhasa for a long time, and when I come back, I feel like the city knows me.
The city knows you.
Yeah, I can feel it. I can feel, oh, this is my place. Yeah, I can finally be home, something like that. You know, no matter how big and how modern the other cities are, but when I come back to Lhasa, I feel like I can feel the ground. I can, feel it. Yeah, and I also think the city can feel me.
That's really beautiful what you just said and poetic. But can you just explain a little more? How does the city know you, and how do you know the city?
how do I know the city? I know the taste of the food. I can see the, blue sky. I won't smell other things, but nature.
Right.
Not too many cars, transportation. Even I get close to Tibetan people, and I can smell. Damn, that's Tibetan smell.
Do you also feel like the city is changing? Because when I walked on the street, every turn of the corner, I can see Tibetan elements, right? But then if you take another turn, there are bars, there are clubs, there are all kinds of modern things which you can find anywhere in any city in the world. So people say that the globe is becoming a village and places are getting similar. For example, New York and Hong Kong, maybe there's not that much of a difference. Do you see, because Lhasa is such a unique We apologize about the loss of the signal. This place is really crowded and then someone just stepped on our equipment. But just before the pause, I was asking Jitmi, who was born and raised in Lhasa, who's a Lhasa local, I was asking him if he worries at all about Lhasa, which is such a unique city, become one day just like every other city in the world, just like Hong Kong and New York. The world is becoming a village. If you ever worry about Lhasa becoming,
I don't know about the other places, that you just mentioned, because I have never been there. But for Lhasa is changing, and Lhasa have changed a lot. But there's one thing I don't worry, because the culture will change, but will not, disappear. Will change into, something more, fit us for new generations.
New generation, right?
Every generations are changing, right? So, for example, our temples. Many temples are becoming like a museum in other place, but in Tibet, the temples and the culture are still alive. People are going there.
And happened for thousands of years, right?
And will still be there for 1,000 years.
Right. So Lhasa is not going to lose its uniqueness.
Will change a bit, I guess.
Right.
Nothing will, remain not changing.
Right.
So it's changing, but in a good way, I guess. Right. And I believe in the future it will be better.
Well, in the spirit of the new year, I think that's a very good note to end our live stream on.
Right.
So without further ado, that's all from us today. And as I said at the beginning of this live stream, we're going to be in Lhasa. Our CGTN crew are going to be in Lhasa for the next couple of days to see how local people are celebrating the Losar, the Tibetan New Year. A lot of interesting Tibetan culture, food, religious rituals, local celebrations lined up for you. So stay tuned on CGTN. Thanks for watching and goodbye.
Losar Dresi.
Losar Dresi.